Good evening and welcome to Coffee with, our sci-fi show and interview show. I'm Sean, Drew, the Vampire John from England. Wait, I got to point that way. Oh, wait, it might not show that on the screen. Um, to me, down here is Jeff and then Mark. Um, last time we had a show, we had the Klingon invasion, as we call it, which was a show centered on what CAG does. One of the things that me and Drew wanted to do when we created this was point out different organizations and what they do in the community. Um, One of our big things is serving our community and doing stuff like helping raise money for different organizations. This year, we raised money for things like you saw the theater. The organization we worked with raised $1,000 for that theater through the prehistoric con. Um, the the book, uh, the writers' block party that raised $1,000 for the community center in Bartow. I'm not sure what the Sorting Hat raised for the comic book shop, but I know that they raised the money to help with the comic book shop, which was using that money to bring stars into the community to allow the community access to some of the like the Star Wars people so that they could actually get involved with them without having to travel to a large city. Um, and CAG is working on raising money for Special Olympics, and he on September 22nd to the 24th, CAG will be at Ultracon. Or wait a minute, no, Necronomicon. I'm pulling up the screen right now to show it. It's their 42nd year, and they will be raising money for Special Olympics, which our crew member Tori, we affectionately call her in CAG, our little Klingon, will be the face of that group. And I believe the Haven will be coming out Saturday to help them out as well.
I hope so.
So
Pampas does, but just
Huh?
to correct you. No, they will be helping us at Phantasm.
Oh, at a Phantasm. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm confusing things, but
No problem.
this particular con is in Tampa, and it's been going on for 42 years, which is amazing considering it's Tampa. But go see them if you're able to, and make sure you get a picture with Mark and John, or as he's called, Jorn. Well, welcome, Richard.
Sorry.
Whoa, he's in a different setup. He even has the KFC bucket in front of him.
Yeah, my nickname is Colonel Standards in the region. So.
Okay.
See,
I guess
if
I
you
guess
made
for
it
us,
down,
he's in the Colonel's camp, the Colonel's corner.
if he made it down to Sci-Fi Bartow, he could actually take the picture with the KFC bucket with the chicken in it, with the Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, no, we're all collecting names. We have a Colonel Mustard. Derek France is Commodore Baguette.
So Drew was just out, and he just got in right on time. amazing timing, man.
It's only as hard as you think it is.
And we also support another nonprofit, Neutral Zone Studios, in a way.
We've got like
Drew,
4 of them.
yeah, Drew, with the help of Mike, built an amazing display because the display they had weighed 500 pounds. And unfortunately, Tina, the number one, could not move that display. So,
All right, you got to figure out how I can do this.
okay. Is the picture on your screen?
It's on the other screen, yeah.
Okay. Go back to that. Click at the bottom, present. Then click share screen.
Hang on, let me find it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Where's it at?
At the bottom, it says present between settings and invite.
Not on this screen, my friend. You're the one in the command screen, not me.
So it should be between settings and leave studio.
I just jumped in off the link.
It should have brought it up if you're on the laptop. Weird. Here, I think I've got Drew. I could pull up the pictures that you sent me.
Can you bring up the film, the short clip?
Let me find it. Hold on. While I'm looking for this, y'all want to, Richard, you want to update us on your activities?
Richard dropped.
Well, okay, John, what you been up to?
Not a lot. I was planning to go to Destination Trek next year, but it's in Blackpool, which is about another 30 miles, 80 miles from where it was this year. So it'll be able to get to it. Instead of being 1, 2, 3 journeys, it's 5 journeys on train.
Okay.
So it'll be another year.
I got to open it up on my phone because it's in the messages. Hold on.
It's now in the chat box
Oh, it is. Okay.
for the StreamYard.
Gotcha. I'm pulling it up now.
There's also a couple of images of it in action.
Let me pull this up. Grab him. Come on. Add to stream. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God, the screen's drunk. Oh, take 2, they're small. I don't know how many people know it, but
Hold
we're
on,
in the
I'm
midst of
multitasking.
designing out here.
There it is.
Multitask away.
Right.
This is a split project, gentlemen, between CAG and SFI. They needed a console that was lightweight, easy to be portable. That is a 2-piece unit. Completely combined, it weighs approximately 14 pounds. It is multi-layer, 3.5-inch or 3-inch insulating foam sheets with a coat of, and you can see where some of my air bubbles didn't quite come out, of resin across the upper surface. and a combination of 3D prints and some other things to complete the project. Being that we are essentially a chapter in each organization, we built it together. There's some pictures of it at the con. Sean, can you pull those up?
Give me 1 second.
I'd take two. They're small. I already told you that. If I ever having to remind these people of this. From what I understand, people went lollygoogos over this. It's a two-piece modular unit. You can move it with one arm. Even you could lift it over your head, Mark, with your shoulders as bad as they are.
That's impressive, Drew.
And I can tell you, Richard said it was impressive. I can tell you that the work that was put into it was a lot of work. I helped out with just a couple of cuts. I wasn't able to be there for the whole thing. But I'm going to say this, if you were to have a commission...
You were under a hell of a schedule. You had a lot of stuff to do.
But I'm going to say if you were to get that commission, you'd probably be paying a couple $1,000s for that. And Drew put it together in, 28 days or something? Uh-oh. Drew kind of disconnected. We said we could help with it, and they caught up and said, we need it for UltraCon. So it was one of those things that we got told about it, the deadline half a month after, going, yeah, we can help you build it. So that was a very expensive thing. The one thing, because of all the inflation on all, those sheets cost about $60 to $80 a piece. So it was not a cheap thing to make it light. Now, the original one I showed at one point with our when we were doing the Neutral Zone Studios, and it has welded metal in it. It has 2-inch plywood. That thing is solid as it can be. And like I said, 500 pounds isn't exactly a portable unit.
No, I don't happen to have a pallet jack in my back pocket to move it.
And I'm trying to find the original because I know I took the picture of it. It's just, yeah. I don't have it on here. I'd have to load my phone up. It's just, yeah. But, so, on here, I'd have to load my phone up. It's just, yeah. But, so, Richard, you've been gone for 2 months.
Has it really been 2 months?
Yeah, because we had the sorting hat thing, so we didn't broadcast that week. And last show was the Klingon show, and you weren't there for that. And then the 2 shows before that you missed as well.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
So what have you been doing for the past 2 months?
Well, I set up this. I set up this room with 3 different computers at that time. I had some trouble with the computer I was using. And then I set it up on a laptop, and I went to be at VIC with that. And the work to get this room to the point it is now was a good few hours worth of of work, and then about six more hours of various computer related things, including a new network drop and some of that, and then all of this, like these certificates here, where the flags are. Like it was a lot. It was not as much work as some things, but given the time it takes me to motivate myself. But yeah, so I can hang up these flags and do that. And other than that, just normal chapter work and that kind of thing. I know some of my crew went to, or one or two people went to Volcon, and we are getting ready to do Edmonton Expo, which is the middle of September. So we're gonna have a double booth there. We finally have our location for that, so we know that. We're going to be doing our retail there. And then we will link up with a Cerberus, which is the Edmonton ship, and they're going to do recruitment, and we're going to sell stuff. So,
Cool.
and yeah, I mean, sorry, I've been away a bit. I did sort of sit there and go, oh, I'll let the Klingons have their episode. So, could have technically have made that, but it seemed like there was enough Klingon people to do that. And while technically I carry a CAG membership, I'm definitely more noted as being my brigade commander and XO. So. Congratulations to John there. Now he's a Commodore.
Yep.
Thank you. Yep.
And I think he got his pips now.
Yeah.
According to his Facebook, he should have his pets.
I think he's got like 17 different sets of them, it seemed.
Well, he has one of every. I think he has a pair for every uniform
Yeah.
at this point.
He goes, I need the pips. And then 2 days later, I have plenty of pips now.
2. I've got 2, 3, 4, I think. 5.
But I believe Victoria got first in paddleboarding. No. She got a red ribbon, a second in paddleboarding, I think, and first in swimming. And she's going to state for, I believe, the swimming. I think. I don't know which one. Need Drew back for confirmation on that. But she did compete in both last month. So that's awesome. Currently, she's working on learning the lip sync for the Sci-Fi Bartow pageant this year. And we were looking for Princes of the Universe sung in Klingon for her to lip sync. Guess what hasn't been done in Klingon? But we found a couple others. Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, and one from Tia, from Twisted Sister.
You can actually
We're not
get
going to
the,
take it anymore.
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, John, you can go to Bandcamp, and the Klingon Pop Warrior has a sale going on for her.
So we found the one done by Pop Warriors of Richard just said it. Rain stop. We're not going to take it anymore.
Yep. And she's also got Schools Out Forever.
Well, if you know the history of that pageant, that song is perfect for it.
Yeah.
So she's working on that. September 30th is her birthday party, which I believe it's an Asian theme.
Yeah. It's a murder mystery that happens in China.
that's a wide margin.
Who hung wood? What it's called.
So the first year so this is my third year of being part of Drew's group. The first year they did the circus that I was with. The second year was Star Trek. And this one's the murder mystery in China.
And the one before you started was Speakeasy in the way back in those days.
So I'm correct. She got second in paddleboard and first in swimming. Drew?
She got second in paddleboard. She got first in swimming in one heat. She got third in swimming in the first heat, but the particular stroke she was using pulled her shoulder, which was injured by the people that run Special Olympics at the stand-up paddleboarding.
So which one? What is she going to state with?
This next one
Yeah.
will be swimming.
Okay. Yeah,
Give her
there's
my congratulations, Drew.
And if you give me a minute, you can do it.
All right.
yeah. That's the one we found.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's what we found for it.
Yep.
We went to the CAG's or the Klingon song list, and there are a lot of artists that have done the Klingon translations.
Oh yeah.
And it ranges from classical stuff to rock and roll. So
Well, you gentlemen haven't lived until you
There
see
she is.
Hamlet perform live on stage in the original Klingon. It's glorious. And there she is.
There she is.
Victoria, congratulations on your achievements.
so
Best of luck in your future endeavors.
And I know Mark will be very upset by this, but when she got gold, instead of saying yay, she said kapla something. See what happened when you put her in a position of command? You created a monster, Mark. I
but
hold you completely responsible for that.
Yeah.
so since Sci-Fi Barto, the CAG in this area or in the whole southeast was almost stagnant, it seemed. And so John got with everybody and had a nice meeting. And since then, it seems like a lot more activities have been popping up.
There were also about 4 dozen things going on at the exact same time in people's personal lives, which prevented them from even being able to participate.
Yeah. So September 30th is her birthday party. October 8th is her birthday. And then October 14th is BartoCon, which
And Sean's birthday.
hold on. Which we know the Klingons will be there.
Yeah.
Well, mine's the 13th, John.
And Neutral Zone Studios will be there. And obviously we will, the camp with I believe the Haven and Jess's crew at least will be there.
We're part of we're part of this chat. You kind of have to be there.
Yeah. One thing we are going to do this time is we will be broadcasting the panels. So this year we will the Russell Camp Broadcasting Group is actually going to be live streaming the panels. So you came to stand in front of closer to the camera?
Well,
Hold on.
we also got hats.
Nice. Is that embroidered?
Yes, it is.
Holy cow, that's nice.
We got a Defiant flag. Nice.
So, yes, October 14th is my birthday, so I'm debating on what to buy. Whether it's going to be just my birthday banner, or there was one that said 14 birthday king or 45 birthday king, or there's a little like a first place ribbon that says birthday on it. I've been looking at different stuff trying to decide what to wear. However, I'm also looking for one for, I know Tori won't be making it because she's working, but another member of CAG's birthday is 2 weeks later in October. So I'm looking for Josiah a banner that says birthday month. So I'm going to be working on trying to find those because it's one big party.
Well, 12 days, somebody's going to be celebrating the 71st solar orbit.
Who's that?
Mark.
In October?
Yes.
Okay, so I got to find two.
No, September.
Oh, November.
No, September.
Oh, September. Well,
September
happy birthday.
Looks like
By the
I'm 7
You know,
1.
Hey, John. But I'm the guy on Facebook that does greetings from the Empire for people on their birthdays.
So are you gonna send yourself a birthday wish? You know,
No, I'll probably just enjoy the day with my sister and my nephew and his family.
But let's see. We've got Robin coming, and also, what was the other girl's name? Naomi. We got Naomi Wildman as an adult coming. Also, she was the Orbit girl. Of course, I don't have it up because, well, there it is. Vanessa Branch and Robin Curtis will both be there. So the cool thing about Vanessa Branch is she lives 30 minutes from Bartow. And
No
she actually called up and said, "Can I come? I don't need to get paid. I'll just charge for my signatures and I'll be happy." So it was like,
you're not
Wait.
here yet?
when did we get stars to live 30 minutes from us? So, and I don't know how it was in England or Canada, but that Orbit's commercial played forever.
Probably.
I think that lasted the commercials outlasted the product.
Yeah. So, that's a nice thing. We met some pretty awesome people at the Sorting Hat Costumers with a Cause, and
Yeah. Cool.
they got added to the staff because what they did was they came in and entertained the kids, took pictures. They had a complete group of professors. Yeah.
You forgot to mention those kids were anywhere from 4 to 84.
Yeah. And the younger kid, I was playing Hagrid, and they had some. I was passing out stickers and socks for the awards. Well, the one kid from their group comes up and hands me a Hagrid sticker halfway through the day and said, "This one's for you." So it was pretty awesome to meet them. They raise money for the comic shop as well. But Sean came up to him at the end and thanked them a lot and said, "From now on, you're going to be part of the show permanently." So that was a great add-on. We have Gotham Underground, which they do similar things, and they're more centric to Batman villains. So there's some awesome people, and I'm trying to think of the third group, which we kind of work with a lot. Ray's group. Is it Revnik?
Which group?
Ray.
You expecting me to speak English today?
Full Steam Ahead cosplay and production team.
Full steam ahead, and there's another group that they both work with.
But that particular group comes out, and every con does like games and stuff like that. Happy 29th birthday, Mark. But they do all types of activities with the kids. For the Sorting Hat, they actually had a Sorting Hat, and they ran the Sorting Hat thing for the kids, and then they ran, I believe, the dance contest, the Professor Dance contest, and the costume contest throughout the day. So they actually were very involved. And Snape over here, wait, that way, was on stage. And because I was running the game room, I kept coming out and doing updates on who won the socks, because we kind of made it hard to win the socks. However, there is a girl there that made the little mandrake root statues. And that girl came, and she was the only one that within one set of beanbags won the socks. And she was also the only Slytherin to win. Everybody else, I'm trying to think, it was Hufflepuff had 4. Gryffindor had 1. There's 4 houses, right?
Yep.
Ravenclaw.
No, Ravenclaw had 1. Gryffindor didn't have any.
Ooh.
So every time I'd update it, we would scream 50 to the house that they won, and it was just a lot of fun, and the kids really liked it. We had a high school program, I believe it was, come out, and they actually did a play. So it was one of those things that for the $10 for the adults and free for the kids, pretty much, they got their money's worth in entertainment if they stayed for an hour. We had one person complaining, and they didn't even stay 10 minutes.
From what I understand, they were in about 2 minutes. They walked in, they looked around, they turned around, they walked out, they wanted the money back. Obviously, I'd never been to a con before because the only comment to their complaint was, it just looks like a bunch of shops.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, they do a con. Just like,
Sorry. So, PSA, don't buy a Ford.
Found on road dead.
Well, Mom's friend has bought exclusively these Ford hybrid SUVs, got a brand new one, and less than a month later, it's dead. They can't fix it.
They had to give him a new car.
I'm sorry, 3 months, and they can't fix it.
If
They have
Henry Ford was alive right now, he'd be in that garage doing it himself.
Oh,
Nice.
Jesus. And he's bought this same SUV every 2 years. And the last
At
two,
least
there's been
they
problems.
models.
Oh, Jesus.
That's tragic. Yeah, pathetic.
That's pretty sad. You
I've
can't
got a-
figure out the problem after 3 models.
Yeah, well, my niece is still driving. My niece is still driving my 2014 Escape. That thing's got over 100,000 miles on it, and it's still working. But that's got the few decent cars that they still make.
Well, Nissan, I've got 120,000 miles, and when I went to go change the brakes, the guy goes, technically your back brakes don't need to be changed. And
Yep.
I've towed with it and done all types of stuff. I'm like, and then they go, because I wanted to make sure that it was safe. You know, I live in Florida and it rains, and I do, like I said, I sometimes tow. I wanted my truck to stop when I wanted to stop.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
kind
had
of a good.
I had to wait an extra 2 hours for the. I think John's exhausted.
I think he is too. He was kind of nodding off there.
Yeah,
God, it's like what in the morning over there.
It is 1 o'clock in the morning. He is called the vampire because he's always around.
Yeah,
And we know for a fact that he's
Yeah. God
tired.
bless him. Yeah,
It
And-
looks like I'm going to do this as well because he's sleeping.
yeah. Jeff is out too. Well,
Jeff
God bless him on getting promoted to Commodore. I know he really was looking forward to it, and he finally achieved his goal.
Well, I can say that John definitely earns that because that man is at every ship's meeting.
Yeah.
I get him.
Almost at every meeting.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Now they've got he's one of the main editors for the CQ. What the heck?
Insert joke about real job here.
I think he's retired.
No. What I meant was that because you
Yeah,
took it as if I like a job that had real work in it.
And yep.
but
Hey, Jeff,
he did a lot for the VIC.
Mhm.
When I say that man deserved his promotion, the 2.5 years that I've been in SFI, he literally has been the vampire. He has not slept except for every once in a while he falls asleep on screen, it seems. So
Yep. Seen that a couple times.
yeah, but he's also like the rest of us. He doesn't he doesn't have the best health. So, as much as you would think that the people that are healthy and all are going to be the ones doing everything, no, it's us broken down fools that do everything.
Yep.
But
We do it because it's there.
well, the studio there is going through some changes. If you haven't looked, but if you haven't noticed, the ships of the line are behind Drew now. They were originally on the other wall,
Right.
and he's working on setting up. They're going to be changing the bar and also changing, adding another hold on. Another
She's sending you a photo.
yeah, he's sending me some pictures. Another shelf on the other side. Eventually that big monstrosity of shelves are going to be changed. It's going to be more inset on the wall, and there'll be some seats back there. And there's going to be an LCARS display. The current TV that's on this side that we look at is going to be moved and turned into the LCARS display. And
Maybe on that part.
maybe, okay.
Yeah, it's this spot's not big enough for their TV. But however, I have cleaned up 3 monitors that I know will fit.
So there's going to be some changes over the next couple months, and the studio is going to be looking different. They found a pretty awesome carpenter to change something that you walked into the house, you looked at it and went, that don't make sense. Drew's sending me some pictures, so I'm going to pop open the share on that. These are from
Sorting hat.
the Sorting Hat. That's Snape or Sean's grandma, depending on who you ask.
If you ask Sean, it's Grandma. That's Lynn.
This is the cosplayers with a cause, people.
Oh.
When did it be?
And I sent you a picture of Ray.
Hold on. It didn't
Sean,
pop
what
over.
house are you in?
And Lynn is Ray's wife. They're both pretty awesome people.
That was Ray playing
Yeah.
the part of the MC for the Sorting Hat.
He was the handler of the Sorting Hat. Yeah, there will be quite a few changes in this little back room.
And then now I got to find myself.
You want a couple of Haggard?
I had the picture here.
By the way, John, your tour as Hagrid,
Under my legs.
Yeah, I know. She's hiding. Let's go.
Harry Potter event was epic.
What did you say?
Ah,
What did you say?
Callie. Cal.
Jump that little bastard. Move. Honey, I'll get him. Just
Give me a moment.
Technical
Okay,
difficulties, place.
they're giving the dog a shot. So
Okay. Now your tour of the Bartow Harry Potter event as Hagrid was epic. I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic, man.
hey, Sean literally told me, I don't want you to go out of character at all day long. So I
You did great. Yep,
Now-
you did great.
I did go out of character one time. I went out to get a lemonade, and I pulled down the beard, so I had the mane all over, and ran out, and the one woman yells, "Hagrid, you look like a lion," because it looked like I had a mane all the way around. But I'm
And
gonna
you
say that was the hottest uh okay.
95 shade that
Drew
day, if there was any.
Drew found it faster than I could. That's awesome. Good teamwork.
There you go.
Here's another picture of the participants. This group actually was not part of the con. They are actually a Harry Potter cosplay group, and they found out that there was a Harry Potter con going on, and they traveled from Orlando just to check it out. And of course, Hagrid on vacation. So yeah, you can find on our broadcast site the tour as Mark said. I actually did the tour in character. The one thing that I messed up on, which I'm kind of sad at because I love her setup, is I went into the one room and there is a vendor with all these Harry Potter Pikachus. That is Pikachella. And she has the world's largest Pikachu collection, including the Pikachu bug. And I wish I had realized it was her because she is at cons all over the U.S. with her bug.
She was at Infinity, I want to say, last Sunday for their one-day thing, or last Saturday for their one-day thing.
And she was at UltraCon the week before. So
yeah, I don't know how she does it, how she and Dale do it.
And she ran the at UltraCon. She ran the costume contest. So
wow.
When I say that Bartow gets some of the best players, Sci-Fi Bartow had a city street of displays that 501st had built. And the group that put it on was from Tampa all the way down to Miami. They had people from all of those different divisions had put together that city and put it together.
Four trucks to carry that stuff in.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, it's amazing what groups bring in, and the cool thing is when you do stuff like this, you start to become friends with them. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's my niece's cat. When you get to know the people, you find out that they do a lot of stuff. If you remember the picture of the display that Drew made with the 501st, if I'm not mistaken, that picture and the picture on the transporter are the same guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their main. That's their main Vader.
So I talked to him when he was out of costume at the beginning of the day. Said, "Hey, we have a transporter. I want to get your picture on it." At the end of the day, he walked over by himself and took pictures on the transporter for that.
Holding
Plus,
the phaser rifle.
Yeah.
About 5.
And on the CAG chair, he was in that because there was a couple pictures you saw. Was it Claire?
Yeah, I think it was Claire. Wasn't it Claire, Mark? Mark.
What's that?
Mr. Stephen.
The lady
It was
that
Claire at the CAG booth, correct? That was Claire, wasn't it?
I think so.
well,
Okay,
she's
we're
sitting
all in
there.
the same show.
In one picture, she's looking at him like, "Why are you in that chair?" In the other one, she's just sitting there like, "He's king. Let's go." So
You see, that particular Darth Vader, Mark introduced me to him in 2018.
Yeah.
and so you got that. Then you got
Yeah.
Kim, who plays the Jedi. Now she's got
Right.
a stormtrooper. She's got a clone trooper costume. Her son
Wow.
was the scout trooper. She wears that costume as well. But her son just went and he's in the military. He just started the military training. So last year at Sci-Fi Con, he wore a car and
Yes.
walked all over the con advertising the car show part of the con.
Mhm.
And what's funny is Sean didn't realize that he was the same person that marched in his parade as the clone trooper.
Actually, the funniest thing that happened at that was when the Bartow police officer, I think you were standing with me on Main when this happened, pulled him over and gave him a speeding ticket. He was walking too many steps a minute.
Yeah.
that
That was
costume,
interesting.
that costume had a boombox inside, a little boombox inside, and he carried that thing all day long. And so it was a creative thing that I was like, that's actually pretty nifty to think about. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he had entered the car show. So he had actually won something from the car show itself.
Well, that's way cool.
So, like I said, when you get involved in organizations like that, you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what's going on. And in life, you don't know who you're going to meet at any event. That I'm still surprised by who I meet.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the shelf up. Uh-oh. I said that this was coming in the future, but Drew just sent me the picture of the shelf. I knew he was working on it. I didn't know if he finished it. That is the Cursed.
And there's her plaque right there.
Fantastic. Well, I know House Chang will take good care of the ship.
So,
We do our best, or die trying.
and if you look over to the right, that's the miniature Batleth that weighs 50 pounds. And if you hit somebody with it, they will die. It's sharp.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a piece of plastic, that's the sharpest piece of plastic I've ever seen.
Yeah, you might want to take another shot at that picture.
Why?
All we got was the black screen and the whirling circle.
Hold on. I'll pop it back up.
It probably wasn't finished loading yet.
Right. Like Tim
Let's
Conway.
see. Hold on.
Hey, Richard, how's it going?
How about now?
Here. I'm awake. I can see it now.
It's still whirling here. Like Tim Conway is. I'm
Take the
running
phone,
as
Mark. Hey,
Yeah.
there's
Chang
no
poster.
voice around here.
Some goggles, a bird of prey, a D7, and the Romulan Warbird, like from Next Generation, the standard.
And a board cube.
And there's something next to the warbird, but I can't see it in the current zoom.
Okay. This is the identification plaque of the warbird. It's the cursed.
Ah,
This is a Klingon skull.
Yes, it is.
I see.
Wait till I get one printed full size.
Oh,
It'll be over here and it'll say Urek on it in Klingon. Alas, for Urek, I knew him well.
So I have to ask you something, Sean.
Yes,
What house are you?
Chang.
No. What house in Harry Potter?
Oh, dang it!
What color are you? And we can go from there.
When he is Hagrid, he
Technically-
is not a part of any house.
Actually, Hagrid does have a house,
Yeah,
and it's Gryffindor.
yeah.
It's just never been mentioned in any of the books
right.
he's technically Gryffindor.
because he was kicked out.
Yeah.
So,
But he was a member.
yep, he was a Gryffindor.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
Which-
Mark, is that a Cowboy Bebop plaque on the black and the white?
That is actually a full blown poster. But I don't know how well it's going to show up with light.
It's got lots of glare on it.
Yeah. Let me try some different lighting here. I'll try.
I am a Hufflepuff. For those the singular person who probably cares.
Well, you know
Well,
the funniest thing is the one house that didn't get anybody to win the Sox was Gryffindor.
Well, it just goes to prove that was fair.
Wait,
I,
Was
of
it
course, am a Slytherin.
Is that better?
That's better. That's fabulous.
And it's actually signed by the voice actor that voiced Spike.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've been fortunate enough to have met a lot of these people over the years.
we were watching. Every once in a while, I got out to see some of the Sorting Hat, and the one kid, he wanted Slytherin so bad, and the hat goes Gryffindor.
Yeah, he walks straight up to me and he says, "I'm in your house." I said, "Oh, really?"
I'm
And he holds up a plastic wand of Snape, and he said,
Another
"I said,
one.
"You know me."
Another
Before
one
this
got.
happened, I said, "Oh no, you didn't."
Another one got Slytherin, and it's like, no. And here's Snape walking behind them to grab the. I guess they had little ribbons for the house colors
Yeah.
to give them. So the Ray's like, I think Snape's going to get your house colors right now. So, like I said, it was actually like it had so much going for it that there were vendors, but the entertainment really was on a stage. And unlike a lot of the cons where the panel room is completely separate of the vendor room, it was part of the main vendor room. So at one point, you couldn't walk in front of the stage. There was no room. I had to walk all the way around to get to the other side to talk to the one person that I needed to talk to, because they had kids and adults sitting on the floor watching what was going on. So, and they asked, Sean asked us, what do you think before when we were setting up? What do you think of the setup? and it was one of those things of when you came in. We've been in cons like Southwest Florida the first year. I think. Welcome back, Jeff.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Oh wait,
Still muted.
I muted him.
I've been busy all day, and my eyes got tired. I mean, closing them relaxes them and stops the tears from forming, as I've explained.
Hey,
I am sure that is 100% true.
Yeah.
Yes, but what matters is did you find a hole in them?
Hmm? Oh
You
well.
apparently have been looking for a hole in your eyelids. Have you found it?
Yeah. Well, as you know, there are ducts inside every eyelid. Excuse for the noise if there's something coming through. They're like tubes, and they are used to give oils and stuff. Everyone's got them, and what has happened to mine is they've stuck up. And right now, I tear up at anything.
Oh boy, not good.
yeah.
It's incredible, but I'll be sitting there eating a sandwich and having tears run down the tear. The tears are not because the sandwich is good; it just happens. But I'm sure there are other people in the world that have this same problem. I've never heard it before this time. So, but anyway,
I've known several people with that problem.
yeah.
Usually hits after about 50.
Oh boy.
So
So
we were at.
you got a long way to go before you hit it. Don't worry about it.
Oh well, but
Just carry on.
you may have kind of gone under what was said, but
Drew,
taking me
got a
off.
question for you about BartoCon.
Yeah,
Is CAD going to be inside or outside?
We're all inside. We got a special area just for us.
Okay, are we going to need to buy a hard ticket, or are we going to be with the booth, or what's the deal?
You're going to be with the booth.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
So the one thing they asked was, what do you think of the setup? At Southwest Florida Con, the booths were, 5 feet deep by 10 feet?
Yeah.
And that was also the aisle space. 5 feet wide by 10 feet long. So if you got one person standing there talking to one of the vendors on the side, nobody could get by. So
Yeah.
Drew talking to Jason Masterson or Jason Coco or
I literally had to tell Drew, stand on the side of the booth, please, so that people can get by, because literally the whole way was blocked. Nobody could get anywhere. At BartoCon, they used the squares on the floor to set aside each booth, and they put a square between the booths so that there was a 10-foot walk area all the way around the booths. So
Well, that's a minimum, right?
Mhm.
At a con, that should be a minimum.
yeah, but most small cons don't do that. They're in a small room. They barely have the room for the vendors, and one person can pass. Well,
And
Yeah, you got to work with your space, but
yeah. So when I say they put, what was it, 45 or 50 vendors in this place?
wow.
And
Well, there were 48 in the main. That wasn't counting the 5 in the wizard room.
yeah, and there was
Mine. In that small
There was-
building.
there was plenty of walk area. We had 360 people show up. I think it was the tickets.
Yep.
That didn't include the cosplayers, the vendors, none of that was part of the con wasn't included in that 360 people. we could put, I think it was either 800 or 1,000 people
Okay.
at a time with the 2 rooms that we had added on. So,
Yeah.
like I said, for the way that they set it up, they actually made it so we could have marched a 4-person column through the walkway if we really wanted to. Where it, like I said, at that other con, it was a good con, but there was more room in the game room and the stage than in the vendor area. They literally had a room set aside for panels that was bigger than the vendor room. So that's one of those things that I don't think that a lot of people think about when they set it up.
Yeah. Well, the booth we got assigned at Phantasm is where you come in at the DoubleTree there. You come in from the lobby into the convention. We are literally the first booth. If you look over to the left as you come in, we are on that corner, and it's a 10 by 10. I would have liked to have gotten the one next to us, which is deeper, but luck of the draw, you know. I'm just happy we got a good location. John got 2 photo backdrops, and for the life of me, I'm trying to figure out where in the world he thinks he's going to put them, unless he's planning on doing a separate area for a photo shoot besides the chair.
Yeah, our space at Edmonton is going to be 10 by 20.
That's great.
It's it's one of those things of we bought it when we thought someone else was going to chip in.
Yeah.
So, normally we work 10 by 10 corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's our preferred sort of thing, but we got a 10 by 20 in this case because.
Yeah, I lucked out this time. Yeah, I lucked out this time around getting the chair over there because my neighbor works for Universal Resorts. He's one of the head. Engineers for the hotels there. So he's got a I think it's a Tacoma, and we can load the chair and everything right into it. And I'll be meeting John there at the hotel on Thursday. Well, the Thursday before the con starts.
Well, I can tell you that wouldn't fit in the back of my truck right now. But that's because I got a topper.
Yeah.
I got Commodore France has a Colorado, and we can fit everything for the booth into that Colorado.
Yeah. Well, for Sci-Fi Bartow, we brought the chair, half of the Klingon booth, the bar.
You brought them down.
The 10 by 20 tent, the transporter, all of the pattern enhancers. I think both MSDs were in the truck.
Yep.
Cables.
Yep. Table, chairs, the whole schmear.
I think there was the props were in Drew's truck.
Yep.
But everything else was packed in my trailer and the truck.
Yeah, I admit we do not have a lot of prop because of a huge amount of what we bring is the retail, because that's how we raise money for our charities and that. That's how we do it.
Mhm.
So it should be interesting for Edmonton. With the two ships and all of that. So it'll be fun. We got an away team of 5.
If they get Jules Straight at Neutral Zone Studios, I'm going to that fan weekend.
Oh God, she's awesome.
They
we
just
have-
post-
She's a lot of fun. I would love
Okay.
to see her.
Yeah, Edmonton is Todd's coming, Gates McFadden, and the lady who plays Raffi, whose name just escapes me right now.
Have you
Wow.
finished your Jack Porter room yet?
Has anybody watched Osaka?
Yes.
Okay. Is the General's butt the main character of the show?
What?
Did you just say the general's butt?
Literally, the opening scene is her butt.
She's riding a bike, a speeder bike.
Nope, that's not the General.
No, that's not the gen. Well,
The General
No,
is the
that's the-
Twi'lek.
yeah, that's right. And
That's the Padawan.
yeah, well, she and Sabine Wren is there, and she is trying to become a Jedi.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka's training her, but she said you'll find the Force in your own time. But she's
Lit-
retaining her Mandalorian ways.
Literally, they open that scene on her butt. I'm like, they could have edited it any other way. But that's how they started that scene.
You know what?
I'm not sure I'm offended.
It's a space western.
She's my favorite Rebels character. What do you want from me?
Yeah, Rebels character. You got it, man. By the way, anybody notice David Tennant in there?
Really?
He's the voice of the robot.
Well, that would be why. So he's the Jedi lightsaber instructor?
Yes, he is very, very old. But for
That's
a
pretty
machine, that's nothing.
Now,
They train Jedis.
The other thing is since when does the scroll go this way?
Well, just watch the series.
Does it
Just watch-
matter?
Yeah.
The beginning
Does it-
scroll goes
Would
straight
it
up.
matter?
So
Yeah, like, should
at
that
the end of
matter?
the day, John, at the end of the day, buddy, it's entertainment, okay? But you know that you do know that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be in this one, right?
Yeah. I've got
I'll give you that's what she's playing.
Wait a minute. What, Drew?
Pointing out which way the scrolling is going is just like the people that go, "Oh my God, there was singing in Strange New Worlds." It's not canon; it has absolutely nothing to do with track. Okay, get a life.
I thought it was great.
I just thought it was. I'm so used to the scroll going this way that when I saw it going this way, I'm like, that's strange.
Well, it,
Did it
was,
get your attention? It's probably meant to do that.
it got your attention and it made you focus on it.
And if
Even
you
with
notice,
this, this is not a bad thing. That's a good point. They drew
Did you-
your attention and kept you focused.
that they were showing you the map, and there's all kinds of Easter eggs in that.
Maps are perfect for that.
I didn't know Jedi's had Easter. Oh well, learned something new.
It's a
Maybe
big
we'll do
universe.
better this time.
It's a big universe. No, you haven't seen Benedict Cumberbatch yet.
I
I know.
gotta-
I know who he's playing, And that's all I'm going to say.
So I've got to say, Ahsoka was my favorite character in Clone Wars,
Uh-huh.
and just
Not
like
terrible.
she was the Padawan, my favorite character so far is what's her name, the Padawan.
Are you talking about the general?
You have a type.
No, the general is the Twi'lek. The Padawan is the Mandalorian, armored one.
Oh, Sabine Wren.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when she tells the military guys, basically, screw you, I'm going to do what I want, and takes off.
I'll be perfectly honest. Rex was my favorite character in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Just it was. Rex was amazing.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
I liked Obi-Wan too. But in order, they are Rex and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. If you followed Star Wars Rebels at all, you will eventually see most all of the characters show up.
Yeah, that was the whole point about the not the last trailer.
Of course we would
The first
follow
trailer was like
You're gonna
literally full cameo.
Yeah, you're going to see Mando and maybe a few others show up in this thing.
Of course we follow the Rebels. We're part of the Sci-Fi Rebels. Look at where we're at.
Yeah.
I think this is more like a club meeting than it is a show.
This is basically Rebels Part 2 in live action.
Yeah.
Well, got an early day tomorrow, gentlemen.
Fair enough.
Good luck.
I got nothing.
Have fun.
Live long and prosper.
See you later.
Take care, Drew.
Or at least have fun.
Or a reasonable facsimile thereof. Take care. Just enjoy it for what it is, really. They're taking you for a ride here, and it's a great ride. It's going to be a bit like a roller coaster, but that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Roller coaster and Star Wars together? That never happens. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
No, I follow a couple of the Star Wars groups, and the meme about the butt being the star is almost every one of them had a post today about it. So it was like
it's a social media brand.
I mean,
Oh,
I don't think I really, really hated anything that is Star Wars.
no.
There.
I mean, I will admit that the sequel trilogy is weaker than I would like,
Well,
but it's
there was a
also
lot.
all over the fucking place too.
Well,
Yeah, pretty much. But you know what? Those of us that are older that have seen the original movies and everything, it's like it actually, after a fashion, makes sense. But it's like I said, it's a big universe.
You know,
And
a lot-
yeah.
there was a lot of complaints about every single one of the changes. You did from the 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 going back to 1, 2, and 3, and then when Rey and them, people were complaining about that.
Oh.
My thing was, other than the fact that the scroll kind of messed with me for a minute, overall I'm enjoying the show, and
Yeah.
my statements are more of I'm laughing at it just because really you're pointing out certain things that, while I'm a guy, I got no problem with it,
Yeah.
somebody's going to make a major
Oh, they're going to have
complaint
yeah.
because of stuff like that where, oh, I hate it. And I'm like, okay. That it's kind of like Strange New Worlds. There are
How about
people that absolutely hate on Strange New Worlds because it's not
people?
exactly like TOS.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
well, people
supposed to be exactly like DOS.
No, good God Almighty, no. I'm
Well,
just so happy they're telling Pike's story.
right. And well, their main thing was it's messing with TOS, the story of TOS because it's changing things with Spock and this and that and the other. And it's like,
Excuse me. I would like to point out that TOS doesn't follow TOS.
yeah,
Just saying.
No, they were just it was
They
a
just they threw things at the wall and like whatever. They
six.
didn't reference their own stuff.
TOS was an episodic. It was not a series setup thing. DS9
Exactly.
was the only one that was a series. Well,
Ar-
Voyager.
Arguably, TNG
Yeah.
is a series after season 3.
Mhm.
Okay, I could go
But
with
it,
that.
I mean, it vastly depends what you decide to call the definition of how you want to define series, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Seri-
true.
when I say series, when I'm saying series, I'm more. It should have said serialized, where you have to watch the episode before to understand the next episode.
Yes.
And TOS was not that at all.
No,
Because
TOS is not like that.
one day
all.
you're going after Gorn, the next day you're going after a god.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's almost no consistency. Even when you meet characters or character references, they're almost never like a big deal. And almost every Trek since then has at least had some sort of continuity.
Right.
Not every episode, don't get me wrong, not every episode, but sometimes you have to like, hey, this was a plot point in season 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
Now-
comes back here in 3. It's going to come back here at 5. It's going to come back here at 9 or 7.
It's
Right?
similar to how they set up SG1, where technically you could watch whatever episode you wanted. However, there are certain things, if you watch them in order, make a lot more sense that if you watch them randomly, you go, why is that there? Of course, the best thing is watching them in order and figuring out before you watch the commentary that Richard Dean Anderson likes the Simpsons, and in every episode he says something about the Simpsons.
I guess. I mean, that'd be a lot of stuff that would just flow over my head because I'm not a Simpsons fan. So.
Remember the one episode, Richard? I know you'll remember it, of SP1, where he and Carter were in the F302. You know, the Air Force's reverse engineered death fighter.
That wasn't
And
Carter.
they were going down the checklist.
That wasn't
and he
Carter.
was-
Tilk.
Well, that was Tilt. Okay, fine. Whatever. Anyway, he was going down the checklist, and he was saying, okay, disruptors, nope. Force field, nope. Cloaking device, nope. You see there's a Klingon slant to this thing.
Yep. There was an episode, it was Carter and him, and they were both memory wiped. And his memory started coming back. And he goes, there's a bald fat man. And originally I thought he was talking about Hammond. And then he goes, I think his name is Homer. He's very important to me.
Yeah.
And and then I started watching the commentary, and he goes, they're talking. He goes, have you ever noticed that Richard talks about the Simpsons a lot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does.
And then I rewatched them and I was like, oh shit, I missed all those references.
His watching this goes all the way back to the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah.
God,
Would
we're
be-
old.
My Life in Hell cartoons that Matt Groening was doing for the show. Little
The-
vignette.
I watched some of the outtakes, and one of the outtakes from Stargate was when Carter and him were in Antarctica,
Uh-huh.
and she goes, "God damn, I got a paper clip and something else, and you can't figure out how to fix this."
It's a Scotty reference.
It was a MacGyver.
MacGyver reference.
A diver reference. Oh, that's right. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
She's like,
That's another show.
I got a paper clip and aluminum foil, and you can't fucking fix this.
Oh, God.
I am
Yeah.
shocked and appalled.
So
I'm sorry. That's
it's one of those things of a good sci-fi show has to have comedy in it. And if there's no comedy in it and people aren't having fun, it really is hard to keep going.
yeah. It's
Now-
kind of like what's the point? Yeah.
DS9 was one of the few. I think the DS9 producers and writers were the same as the Babylon 5 producers and writers.
Yeah. Well, Michael tried to sue them, but they really were two different entities. They just Michael J. Straczynski created the world of Babylon 5.
Right.
And it's the last of the Babylon stations, blah, blah, blah. By the way, that's coming back.
Yeah,
Oh.
we know.
I saw
And
that.
SG1 is coming back. Yeah, I bet you're really excited about that, Richard.
I mean,
What
I could,
part of me, Mark,
I could drive my
is
SG1.
you, SG1 fan? I'd like to know.
that's this one, not that
Yeah.
one.
You are. I am not.
That's this jolly fat man.
Yeah.
And Drew.
Andrew. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I've
But-
seen the pilot, like 3 episodes.
Uh-huh.
I somewhere I think I have all but Universe's DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a friend who had all of it. I had at one point had access that I could have watched.
And
Yeah.
when I worked at the drug rehab, I'd watch that on my laptop at night while between checking on the kids. So
Yeah.
that's how I watched all the commentaries. I watched everything. So my knowledge of SG1 and Atlantis is really a
Mhm.
lot.
I think I've got a copy of the movie somewhere in my house.
The sad
I've-
part is
Hmm?
the
Is that
person
what
that played not Richard Dean Anderson, that was Kurt Russell, I believe.
Yeah.
The other guy,
The other guy?
Daniel.
The translator?
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
The guy that played that in the movie, they got almost a clone of him for the TV show.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
Well, he did want to continue the role.
but the TV show's Daniel was really an amazing character.
Yeah.
But Richard Dean Anderson did way better than Kurt Russell. For
Yeah, it was
the
about
part.
Kurt
yeah.
Russell played a Kurt Russell. Like he's not an actor that is a one character actor, but it's a lot more like his soldier role than
Yeah.
it is
Cowboy.
what you get in the series.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
it definitely is one of those things of for the movie, this is the character that made sense.
Yeah.
But for the show, you needed something else.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, is that, like, quite literally you needed, you kind of need to reformat their character a little bit before we go with a series, right? So
Yeah.
The other thing I really like about Stargate was the way they memorialized the actor Hammond.
Yeah, Don Davis. Yeah,
When
he's gone.
When he passed away, they specifically made that ship named Hammond for him. So it was one of the first shows to go. We couldn't have done this show without this character.
Yeah. He was an amazing actor. I had the privilege of meeting him at one of Joe Mote's Volcons.
Now,
a
the
number
other
of years.
the other cool thing about Stargate was the fact that they took the female lead character and gave her so much pushback and power, and eventually made her the overall leader of a series for 2 seasons. Atlantis, she was the leader of it. So not many shows even today, outside of the ones that are specific, hey, this is an all-female cast, have the lead role of a female. So for a sci-fi show to do that they don't have a secondary for that was pretty awesome.
yeah.
So sci-fi, when are they releasing SG-1? Because they've been talking about that for 4 years, and I haven't seen a definitive.
Are you talking about the original series or
No, the new stuff.
You
the new
probably
stuff?
won't after the strike is over.
I think it sounds crazy, but I think they're waiting for the strike to be over.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you and Jeff. I agree with Mark and Jeff here.
And
Maybe after the strike.
that strike's pretty sad. So I didn't realize that a lot of the actors
They're not. Yeah, they wouldn't be making the list.
No, the actors themselves, unless you're like a big star, they aren't even getting residuals. And what surprised me was I saw an interview recently, the Nickelodeon shows, all the guest members that came on and reoccurring people got residuals, but the lead person on those shows didn't get dick. So like if it was a Nickelodeon show, they would go, hey, the show's doing great, I'd like to renegotiate, and they go, we'll just replace you.
Yeah.
So
I think the studios in Hollywood are seeing the handwriting on the wall now, finally, because basically you're not going to see any unless it was shot before the strike. Like Ahsoka was shot before the strike.
Right.
Anything that otherwise you're going to be seeing a hell of a lot of reruns.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the public will not put up with reruns.
The studios are whatever they're doing. I mean, it doesn't seem like any of the demands are really out there.
Yeah, well, Prodigy may be coming back. The show with Kate Mulgrew in it, the animated series, that may be coming back.
We've heard of it
because of the fans.
Yeah,
that's right. What we do. How many times have we done that?
One fan paid to have a banner flown over the
studio.
I saw that.
I'm like, now
Pretty
that,
fanatical.
yeah.
What's wrong with you?
And truthfully, Prodigy is probably one of the best.
Mhm.
Didn't understand at all why they canceled it. It seemed
Oh
like
no.
all
The
the
Protoss-
hallmarks were like, "This is the shit." What are you talking
Well,
about?
I I think I know why. They targeted at kids. And
Yeah, but
put
they
it
had
on,
and that the kids.
well, they put it on Nickelodeon. The adults watched it on Paramount Plus, but the Nickelodeon side had almost no views.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they're looking at it. Oh, my kids show failed. No, your kids show wasn't. You thought that it was a kids show.
Well, I mean,
It was Star Trek.
to be
Yeah.
fair, probably there were lots of kids watching. They were watching on Paramount Plus with their parents,
Right.
Yeah.
or the whatever affiliate happened to be in that jurisdiction.
Right.
Because I know a lot of people who watched it with their kids.
Mhm.
You know, that would have been mommy and daddy's like or equivalent. Like they would have chose where to watch it if they were going to watch it with them,
Mhm.
right? I mean, that's the logic to me. Is
And-
that probably lots of kids watched it, but they watched
What-
it with folks
What amazed me
because
was the
folks wanted
intensity.
to see what it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that any of these are bad, but
Yeah.
between Paramount or Prodigy and Lower Decks, Prodigy,
Yeah.
Prodigy
hilarious.
was a much better produced show than Lower Decks.
Yeah. Those two
I
different
have-
styles of animation too.
I have British signs for you. There you are.
You flipping
Yeah.
me off too? You know, Bush W is not allowed in Australia for doing this sign.
No,
He got on his plane and went,
no, it was Senior. It wasn't even W.
I thought it was W.
No, it was Senior who fucked it up.
Oh,
It's like
Oops.
it's
Yeah.
one of two of his
Wait a
faux pas.
minute.
One was the one where he puked on the Japanese prime minister. Like,
Oh my
he-
God.
One was doing this in Australia, and the other one was he puked on the prime minister of Japan in Japan.
when I heard that, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Nah,
Mhm.
I mean, it's totally believable that W would, but like the reason why it's so believable with W is W had to be present to leave the United States.
Yeah.
He had never left the United States. As Lewis Black said, even drunk on a bet, you can make it to Canada.
Well, technically, I left the United States once, but that was the UN building in New York City.
Yeah, you got the world in miniature.
Yeah.
Is that where you sit there and go like, I happen to visit somebody in Mount Sinai in Toronto, and I happen to visit somebody who is using the room that is technically the sovereign territory of the Netherlands. So I've been to the Netherlands, kind of thing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
you know, in 93, we went up and marched in the Macy's Parade. One of the things we did was do a short tour of the UN building.
Mhm.
The one
Is
thing
it
I remember,
international territory inside?
yes,
Okay.
And they have their own police and everything.
I have no
Is
desire
it-
to go to New York City, so
I'm going to
Oh,
say this from being a person on a flat land area. It's no different than any other city, only taller.
Yeah.
So at one point, you go into a city and you go, there's nothing to fucking do. As a teenager that has no money, There's nothing to fucking do there either.
I suppose you could stand in Times Square and watch people go by.
So I had like $125 when I went for 5 days up there. All the rest of the kids had thousands of dollars. Do you know what I bought? Was a Walkman.
Get a good deal on it?
Fuck no.
Oh, dear.
A thing of chestnuts
Mhm.
and gifts for everybody else in my family.
Well, there you go.
At least you get a Walkman.
Huh?
At least you got a Walkman.
Well, I had nothing to do, so I'm like, I need something to listen to or something. So I bought the Walkman. But yeah, when you don't,
I mean, when you were a teenager, you probably could have gone. You know, if you'd gone to Russia, that Walkman would have bought you a backstop, bleachers.
well, if I go to Russia now, that Walkman would buy me an airplane, a couple missiles.
I have to remember that when I was in university, I went with one of the courses that you could take at my university that I didn't take because I didn't have the money. Was you could take a third-year Russian history course, like a modern Russian history course, which included the Soviet Union.
Right.
It as part of it was to go to Russia. The problem was the course was $5,000.
That's
A
because,
full half of that was bribes.
oh yeah.
Quite openly. My Ukrainian professor, because he was Ukrainian, was blatantly obvious about it. If you take this course, because it was a summer course, obviously, if you take this course, it's going to cost you this much money. Half of it is bribes.
Mhm.
But you could have been the machine.
I prefer to buy my Soviet fare on the video.
Well, the Egyptians have a wonderful name for that, what you just said. It's called bashish. Cross my palm with silver, so the gypsy said. Right? Yeah. I still have my SG-13 cosplay.
Oh.
But I would love to be able to afford to go to Canada right now. I
I'd
probably
love for you to
wouldn't.
come here.
You know, even nature's trying to take out my governor.
I hope nature succeeds.
Unfortunately, he was out of state. Damn it.
Dang it.
But
Missed it by that much.
Did you guys get the hurricane?
I missed on Adams.
it hit almost to Tallahassee. So we're like 3 hours south of there.
Mm-hmm.
We got a little bit of wind and rain. I think some areas had a little bit of power loss. Really not a whole lot. Tampa Bay, however, got flooded because of the backwash. Yeah, the storm surge in Tampa Bay and some houses got flooded 2 or 3 feet of water in the houses.
Yeah.
But where we are, where Mark is, he barely got any rain. In comparison.
I threw a couple of sandbags against the sliders in the back of the house here and lined up some by the front door, and that's about it.
They're
You
still
know.
dry on top, right?
Yeah.
Basically, today we got more rain than we got during the hurricane.
Right. Well, I was kind of confused. I didn't know exactly.
Look at it this way. You can count down to November 30th.
So if you look at the map, you'll see Tampa is here and Orlando's kind of here.
Yeah.
We're here. So
Yep.
You're south of Tampa.
Drew is like level with Tampa. I'm a little bit south, and he's a little bit west of that.
Okay.
So
Now I understand where you were. I thought you were up in that that armpit area, but you weren't. You aren't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does this look like a man who'd live in an armpit?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I would.
I tried.
I haven't been taking my gummies, so I'm trying to wean myself off for now because I'm going to apply at the sheriff's office and the city of Lakeland and a couple other places that do drug tests for their IT department.
Fair.
We did a celebration of life for my friend that passed away, and went over to the guy, another friend that I met through him, to their house for the celebration of life. Come to find out, we all went to the same fucking elementary school together. They were just 2 years ahead of me. And like, I knew my friend's family all, forever because my stepdad and his uncle were in a band for years. And at age 11 and 12, me and him would go shoot darts in the pool, in the bar, while our relatives were playing in the diner part of the place. They thought we were adults. So at 11 or 12, we looked like we were 21 plus. But I didn't realize that we all went to the same school. I walked past these people for years, didn't even know that. But so I'm talking to the people at the celebration of life, and my friend's neighbor turns out to be the IT director for the city of Lakeland.
Oh, well, that's nice.
And he goes, "You need to apply. We've got openings." And he goes, "If you get the job after 5 years, you have your retirement. We don't do Social Security." And he was telling me about it, looked at my thing. He goes, "Actually, you're not, what you have on your resume puts you more of the network side than the service desk, because the network side installs the servers and all that stuff."
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was doing at Lowe's. So while I can do the service desk, I'd probably end up trying to get on the network side. So I know that they do drug tests. Unfortunately, CBD is legal, but it shows up as marijuana. And because it's not recreational, they go, "Oh, you got a little bit of THC in your system, you fail." So
Yeah.
I am
We're
trying.
still working on some of those some of those places in Canada here.
Too bad you can't bring a note from your doctor or something. I don't know.
That would mean I could afford to go to my doctor. You work with one of the most valuable companies in the world and have insurance, but you can't afford to pay the copay.
That has happened to me a couple times. Come here.
Yeah, shut up.
Huh?
I get it. It's like clapping with your hand.
No.
Yeah.
Richard's going, "I live in Canada. I don't have to pay for insurance."
True. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
I see what fucking provincial government would like to make me do copay.
My government wants to call us slaves. So,
Speaking of which, Labor Day is Monday.
huh?
Labor Day is Monday.
Yep.
Hey, and I have to work.
Oh, by the way, introducing Astrid, the
Yep.
kid.
Let's see what
Oh,
happened today. Oh yeah, today is September 1st. Yeah, it's the anniversary of the start of the Second World War. Yay! Yeah.
I'll see you in 10 days.
Anybody see what Ukraine did the other day?
Was
They
it
had-
killing Russians?
Remind me.
They took
They
out
added-
three of their most expensive bombers from Russia
Ooh.
and 2
So
cargo
that-
planes.
They added to Putin's scrap pile.
Mhm.
Because guess where most of the weapons were made? And the good aircraft. Yeah. And you heard the latest, right? They're getting F-16s. Because
Yeah,
these guys don't have to do much transitioning to get into those.
Yeah.
Well, once they get into those,
It's going to be pretty much game over for anything that Putin sends over.
Yeah.
I really do not. I mean, I get it in this sort of egotistical way that I've seen in history many, many times of why Putin isn't seeing the writing on the wall of, "Hi, we will bankroot as long as Ukraine can put bodies into the stuff. The world is willing to bankroll that war as long as we don't have to fight in it.
well, he literally said that once he beats,
We will bankroll it."
he literally said that once he beats Ukraine, he was going to invade Poland.
Good luck with that. He
I mean,
he killed
at the
he
current
killed
rate,
off the
he will-
Wagner guy.
Poland's a member of NATO.
He killed off Wagner's leader in that so-called accidental plane crash.
yeah,
Oh, and
They
right,
asked
but
about
somebody saw his accident.
Mhm.
Did you see
And-
the 1,400 memes?
what about the 2 previous generals that got pushed out of the windows?
Not to mention the ones that have been lost in combat, and I think a couple of them got fragged by their own troops.
All I gotta
Mhm.
say is, if you're a ground soldier in Russia, it's a pretty. Hey, buddy, guess what? You're general. Fuck
Uh,
that.
I think they're going to have another revolution. And I think Putin's going to have a big old target right in the middle of his forehead,
Oh yeah.
and it'll just
I hate
it
to
will
say
happen.
it.
Oh, hold down.
We'll see, because he's been running that propaganda machine since Yeltsin died.
So
Mhm.
Putin
Yeah,
said that they could stop our stealth program with their S-400s. And the S-400 got taken out by a Ukrainian toy drone.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
got the stuff from they got drones from Turkey too. They got a great deal on them.
You can't stop drones from destroying buildings in Moscow. I'm thinking one of our B-2s could take out the whole of Russia.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: ever since the wall came down, their technological developments have pretty much been nil.
Yeah.
Been pretty stagnant.
A lot of their people split to the west.
They
They
better
saw the on the wall. They said, "Holy crap! We can actually make a real pile of money working over for the west, and not have to worry about disappearing." You know,
You know it's going
let's see.
going
The
good.
KGB is a joke. There is no more Stasi. They were actually the worst of the secret police. They're gone.
That was East Germany.
Uh,
I think they're only gone because Putin didn't like them.
Yeah.
Frosty was East
So in
Germany.
other words, he had his own little purge, but he shot himself in the foot
Yeah,
doing
but
that.
you're mixing places. KGB was Russia, the other was Germany, like you said.
East Germany.
Right. The Stasi was the toughest secret police in Europe, period.
Well, yeah, but that's because the East Germans were the hardest hard-nosed.
Yeah. Even the
They
Russians.
They had to be, because it was the only way they could run their fucking country.
Yeah. Even the East German, even the Russians didn't want to mess with the East Germans. It was just too. Yeah.
No, because they were horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, they all had different policies on stuff, right? I mean, I was talking to I worked with a gentleman who lived in Romania, and you could get Western music in Romania.
Yep.
Like he was a Rolling Stones fan at the age of 4. Granted, he had an AK-47 when he was 12 because he was a part of the revolution.
I'm not
What was
talking
that?
about guns.
What was that popular song back in the day? The Commissars in Town.
So
That was actually a popular dance song. Anyway,
and
yeah,
wait. Since we've been gone, or since we haven't met up much, the government
Yeah.
admitted we have aliens.
Yep.
And
Well-
alien technology.
So technically, how I read that is that they told the guy that, yes, you can say that, but it wasn't really the government saying it. It was a guy who asked the government if he could say it, kind of thing.
yeah,
They had him say it in Congress.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Wait, you listen to shit in Congress? It's Congress. They'll let anyone speak in Congress. I bet you I can speak in Congress if I pulled the right levers.
Go for it.
And
It'd
go
be
to
more
Washington.
entertaining than lately. But
Hold on. I was going to say that I've got a friend I went to high school with. His ethnic heritage is
Yeah.
Ukrainian.
everything.
Very proud of
You know, well, we had when I was in the service, we had a name for DC, the District of Columbia.
Yeah.
Do you know what we called it? You'll love this. We called it Wonderland.
Right.
okay, so let's get back to science.
Absolutely.
Again, Russia can't get anything on the moon except for shooting at it. And India got a lander on the moon,
Yeah.
unmanned.
Yep.
That was great.
Again, Russia loses a moon race.
Yeah. Well,
So you would thought that they would have figured it out when they blew up all their scientists testing that big rocket that they had.
Well,
in
you know-
60s?
well, they were trying to beat Apollo,
Yeah.
and the problem was the guy in charge of the program made these people work day and night without sleep.
No, the problem was they did the test run for the government and put all the scientists beside the rocket.
Yeah, the guy that was running it literally sat there in a chair ordering people around, and all these people basically they were in the bunker, but when the N1 blew up, it vaporized the bunker. It vaporized everything in a half-mile area. It was almost like it was the biggest non-nuclear blast in Russia's history. Because the thing was a flying gas tank.
So
It was a bu-
essentially, the U.S. has a better space program. Our private industry has a better space program.
Yep.
India has a better space program. The UK has a better space program.
Well,
China's got-
realistically, Europe is Europe.
Yeah.
China sent this guy into orbit about 10 years ago.
So my prediction is Mexico is going to get somebody on the moon before Russia.
See. Oh God! You know what? Hey, if they got a great taco place on the moon, I'm there.
I'd fund it.
That's what the International Space Station
I
needs
would build my
tacos.
Uh,
We haven't
Every
talked
engineer
about
clenched at that moment.
is the fact that
What?
CBS will be airing Brave New World on this
what was that, Richard?
few weeks.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I think you
Really?
got
no,
Brave-
Mark, what I said was like if they put tacos in space, every engineer is going to clench because they're like, yeah, you can't have the runs in the space. It's really bad. like really bad?
I'm
Well,
just
they-
going to say this. I've never had the runs from a true taco stand.
It's true.
Yeah, it was
Hi,
free.
allow me to work with the joke stereotype.
Yeah,
And then Jeff was telling us about CBS running Strange New Worlds on network.
Yes. Be airing on CBS sometime in the next few weeks. I just recently
how's
found
that
out
going to
we're
work?
only going to air the first 2 episodes.
Because they're definitely in it for the money.
Well,
Yeah, well, they don't have any programming to put. I mean, they've had to delay all the programs until the spring. So all we're going to have for the next 3-4 months is reruns. And
Anyway,
already prepared.
Yeah.
well,
uh,
I'm going
I
to say
think-
this. I don't have cable. And all the people that go, I'm not going to pay for Paramount Plus to watch the new Star Trek,
Mm-hmm.
are paying more for their cable and getting nothing than I pay for Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I pay $5.99 for the Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
but I-
well, I mean,
Here-
to be perfectly honest, I mean, to approach a cable bill, you have to be subscribed to 5 or 6 services, right?
Yeah.
You guys have Spectrum in Canada?
Well,
I
I mean, cable here is about $80, so
So
Well, there's
Netflix,
probably go
a
7 in Canada.
There's
Net-
a new service out there called Now, which Comcast had. It's an
They
internet.
have people all over the place showing you how to cheat with a Roku.
Yeah, internet. It has an internet. It's an internet.
Or if you have a PlayStation or whatever, or an Xbox. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a TV that's got Roku, that's Roku compatible.
okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let Jeff say what was
Well,
the
that
now.
was all right. That was all right. We got all these streaming services, but Comcast has got a new streaming service. Yes, it costs $20, but you get 25 of their networks that are actually low cost. Like if you wanted to watch Dr. Pimple Popper, I forgot the network. That's on there. It has the Weather Channel.
I
It
got my little
has
pill container here.
BBC America,
Flying
BBC Network, Sky
There's your
TV,
UFO.
and a few other movies and specialty things. It costs $20. I've got it. So I don't watch it all the time. I love to watch YouTube all the time. Just surf YouTube for hours.
With me,
Mm-hmm.
I need to switch my Paramount Plus over to my Walmart Plus so they can pay
Oh
for it.
yeah.
Because being a Walmart employee, they pay for Walmart Plus, which will pay for my Paramount Plus.
Well, there you go.
But okay, so I get it free just from where I work. But there are certain telephone companies that give you Paramount Plus for free, or one of them. I subscribe to Netflix, Disney, and Paramount Plus, and sometimes Amazon. I only subscribe to Amazon on and off. When I find that there's a show that I want to watch, I'll watch that show till it's done and then unsubscribe.
I in theory was supposed to do what you're doing, but no.
But my
Now I have Prime and I don't.
yeah.
Well, I'm subscribed to Paramount Plus.
I
I
can
mean,
say
the
that
Amazon Prime.
Spectrum did a sweetheart deal here with the Villages, here in Point Siena. And basically, our cable bill is no kidding.
That's good.
Well, I have.
Yeah,
heard
I'm not questioning
Amazon
it. I
Prime,
think it's awesome. It's another reason I'm going to stay put in Point Siena.
right. But I have Amazon Prime, but I
Since I'm not
pay
really a
by
gamer.
month. By the month, and I use my son. You
I
get
think
a
Jeff's really
discount
having a struggle
for-
with that
Hey,
laptop.
Mark,
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
just trying to say something. You were talking over him.
I'm sorry.
that's all right, Mark. I was just explaining that I get Amazon Prime among a few others. I get the discount because, as many of you know, my son is disabled. He gets SSI, and if you get SSI, you can qualify for their discount. I probably can get it now that I'm on Medicare.
Yep.
But when Chris technically gets Medicaid, although he goes through in Illinois, they have that system where you're assigned a uh, insurance company instead of taking Medicaid. I mean, but we get that discount through there. It's only $6.99 a month. The others I get is Paramount Plus, which is one I pay for $5.99, and then the rest, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus, Hulu, I get through my cell phone operator at a discounted price, along with I'm trying to think. There's another one, but I also pay $22.99 for YouTube Prime, YouTube Plus, or whatever they call it. I forgot. Because I enjoy not watching the commercials that pop up every 2 or 3 minutes. That they've now stuck in. If you get it for free, you're going to be watching every 2 or 3 minutes a new commercial, and that's really not that fair. But I like the fact that I also have access to their YouTube music library too.
Yeah.
So with this, and I can
I
also
got,
my
I got YouTube Premium.
yeah YouTube Premium.
Yeah, I'm only
That's what
paying
I'm talking
$12.99.
It's real nice. I like
Yeah.
it. I started a couple years.
I couldn't
ago.
watch you. I've done the thing where I've been logged out
Mm-hmm.
and tried to watch a single video. I can't do it anymore. I have to have my premium.
But so my point is with the 4 that I have, with Amazon coming and going, it literally is a third of the cost of basic cable in this area.
That's fair.
So I have the Wi-Fi because they're the only ones available. I wish Xfinity was in it because it would cost me less. But basically, it was double our bill for internet to have basic cable. And it was like, why would I have basic cable if I don't watch the cable? Because I was watching just the streaming services and I never even turned on the cable.
That's why I don't have cable.
And like I said, it was $75, $80 for basic cable more. So I'm paying half of that. So to me, when people go, oh, I don't want to pay for Paramount Plus, I'm going, you could probably save yourself a lot of money by getting an antenna and just going with Paramount Plus.
I've got antenna for my local channels. Also, just a reminder that Comcast.
They do make the blade
Xfinity.
ones. Believe me, I've been there.
So, when I was talking about now,
But you have to be really careful what you're getting.
Through Xfinity.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, Mark. I'm
They're
sorry.
either really, really good or why did I bother?
I've got at least 6.
Some people are actually turning back to original antennas. I'm talking about the motorized ones. Don't even get me started about so-called satellite. That's garbage.
Well, I enjoyed the satellite when I had it, but it got as expensive as cable is right now. So I dropped
Yeah,
it.
I feel bad.
Finally dropped cable.
I feel bad.
I get my internet through cable.
He must be having real issues with his connection. You're the only one, right, Sean?
Everybody else is on and talking. So if you're not, you might have a problem with your connection if you're not seeing the others.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Oh,
But you're coming through clear, Mark.
what's up?
I don't think Mark is hearing Jeff at the same time.
I don't
Oh,
think so
the rest
either.
of us are hearing Jeff.
No, I got you guys.
I'm saying I'm getting everybody talking, and for some reason you're not hearing Jeff.
Yeah.
Anyways, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been over 2 hours, so
I
Oh my
got some
goodness.
stuff.
nice catching up with everybody.
All right. It was nice seeing you all. I think
I'm also-
the
I'm
next
also
time you
waving
have a
at Mark.
show, I will be in Edmonton. So we'll have to catch up in October.
Okay.
Good
Well,
luck there.
we'll have a
a
show
good-
at the on the first week. The second
Okay.
week we will be doing the live stream on the day of my birthday. But it will have all the panels. So just like you saw when I did the live broadcast for the vendors, we will be doing something similar, only it will be actually on the stage. So we're going to take the broadcast computer, the camera, and a couple of our mics and actually have it so that people can enjoy it outside of the con too. So till next time, live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.